Did you know that according to Loop Ventures research that industrial robotics grow 175% in the next decade alone? Do you think that the US should rely more on robotics and technology in the future? I believe that technology and robotics can be very useful, but I think industries and manufacturing and everything else should be mainly ran by solely on people. Robots have been around for many, many years, and they have now been included more in education, industry, military purposes, social media, and other everyday activities like driving. Robots can be used in many different jobs, but their main job is to work in industries and manufacturing. In manufacturing, robots can do many jobs like assembling, packaging, and moving items around. But one downfall of this is that they are only able to do one task at a time. Because of this, they will have to have a separate robot for each task, which will cost thousands and tons of money. As robots are used more and more in manufacturing, this is also hurting people that work in these jobs, because they are now this kicking everyone out of their jobs, and this will cause unemployment, and the economy may even decrease. Another reason why robots may not be a good idea is because they may not work correctly. Unlike people, these robots could malfunction and destroy a process and destroy the manufacturer's products. But this is a risk some manufacturers are willing to take. Also, these makers have to pay for these robots more because they all need a supply of power and they may not be as reliable. With more and more advances, these robots are also being used in other jobs like military activities. In today's world, technology and robots have been used way more in military. According to Brookings.edu, that the U.S. is working on a UGV called the Gladiator that is worth up to $400,000 that has rockets, non-lethal weapons, and even miniguns. Are these advances worth taking a shot, or should we just stick to manpower? I believe that we should stick mainly to manpower because these robots can cost thousands, even millions to make. Also, they can take months to teach, and they may not be able to match up to a human. These robots may not be trusted yet, and they may not be able to perform the tasks that the soldiers also do. With more and more research, this technology will get better, but as of right now, I believe that we should solely stick on manpower. Over the past couple of years also, many companies have looked into self-driving cars, which brings me to my next topic. Self-driving cars have been a slowly growing topic over the last couple of years. Inventors like Elon Musk have been trying to use AI or artificial intelligence in cars, but have found many flaws with this technology. I believe self-driving cars are dangerous for others around them. These cars can be very expensive and aren't very dependable. These cars can have many flaws, but the one flaw I noticed is that these cars may not be able to adapt to certain road conditions. This can put others in danger because these cars do not have the abilities or experience to drive on these roads. Ask yourself, if you were sitting in a car that was driven by technology, would you just sit back and relax, or would you want to take the wheel? Lastly, like a driver's test, you would also have to take a test to learn how to control these cars and learn the technology. But would this education and testing come from a robot or from a teacher? Education is very important in today's world because we need knowledge to find a job that we can excel in. Today, schools all around the world are using more and more technology for their students. Either if it's for taking tests or an online class, technology is everywhere. As technology becomes more advanced, we are beginning to see that people are pushing to have robots in the classroom to either teach students or look over them. These robots need to be trained for months, even years, to gain the knowledge that these teachers have. As these robots continue to grow, they are also taking thousands of jobs and can cost millions of dollars. Over the past couple of years, STEM has been introduced into schools, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. These four main subjects are said to be the future of our economy, and everyone needs to know them. But according to RoboNation.org, only 33% of 8th graders are interested in STEM, and only 6% of high schoolers will graduate with a bachelor's degree in STEM. Would you want to be taught by a robot? Would you want to be watched by a robot, or even watched while you're on social media? One technology that has taken over the world and even our brains is social media. I believe this is one of the most crucial types of technology, but we need to be careful and watch over it closely. Either if it's Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, everyone can see what we are doing. As social media continues to grow, people may be able to spy on someone or scam them because they can easily access their accounts. We see this all over the world today, and it is becoming a huge problem. Also in social media, robots are used to document everything that we look up on the web for future reference. With all this technology growing, we will need to be careful, and everything we do, we need to make sure we make the right choices to better our future. Technology is all around us and is continuing to grow, so we need to take control and find better ways to help our future. If it is in manufacturing, military use, social media, driving, or teaching, technology and robots are everywhere. We will need to find a way to adapt to these changes and use the power we have correctly. These robots can cost millions to make, cause unemployment, are undependable, and aren't as intelligent as the human brain. So what do you think? Should we rely more on robots and technology in the future? Thank you.